Hi everyone, welcome to Mindful Crafts and More. I'm Katrina. If this is your first time checking out my channel, welcome. Take a look at this video or any of my other videos. If you find yourself inspired, join my channel. For those of you who are returning, welcome back. I really appreciate you just hanging out with me for a bit. So, hi everyone. Did you guys know that March is National Crafting Month? Yes, it is. And I thought perhaps I could use this time to explore more crafts that I could share with you guys and introduce and hopefully inspire, maybe to consider just trying something else out. Okay. So I'm always looking out for something that is mindful that I can share with others who may or may not like yarn crafts as much as I love them. And I do think that you can kind of tap into the creativity aspect of things that you do. And it doesn't always have to involve yarn, but sometimes it does. All right. And that can be a way of just really allowing your imagination to go and to relax and to just reflect and things like that. So today I'm going to talk with you guys about some crafting that I have been doing as part of National Craft Month, in addition to being inspired from some of our fellow content creators who may or may not be in crafting the way that we are in crafting. Okay, so I hope that you guys will enjoy this. I'm going to do a few videos on it, and in addition, bring in some of the things that I showed you guys from the last month's videos, because I did promise that I would do some demonstrations. So I'm going to show you those things. So come along with me as I explore some new crafts. Now, one thing that I want to be able to do is, in starting something that is new, try to find a way for it to be economical, right? And to make it as easy as possible, something that maybe a youngster could try, or maybe a teenager could try, or maybe an adult could try. And that way it is doable. Okay, I don't want it to be too complex. I don't want it to cost a whole lot of money. So we'll take a look and we'll explore that as well. All right, now, before we get into the new crafts, I'd like to talk about some crafts that I have been doing that I shared with you guys on the community page. So on my community page, I showed you guys progress that I was making on another teal beanie. And this one required a lot of focus, okay? And it's because it's a knit beanie, and it required me to do a lot of specific combinations of knits and purls. And because there was something different every single round, I really had to take my time and focus on it. So I would just steal away for maybe about an hour or so and work on it when I had the time, and just do a few rounds and then put it down. All right. And I've gotten to the point now where I am ready to start doing my decreases. So I'm really, really excited. All right. So the name of the beanie is called the Giving Tree. And it is a beautiful beanie that I found on Ravelry. And it is by Robin Celli, Celli. So I'm not sure if that's the correct pronunciation. So if it is incorrect, I do apologize for that. But it is a beautiful beanie. Now, I did alter mine a little bit from the original pattern, but the tree is exactly as the pattern is written, and I just think that it is just so beautiful. So let's take a look at this beanie as to where I am right now. So this is where I am right now. It looks like I got a little bit of lint on there. Okay, so this is where I am right now. And as you see, this tree is just beautiful, right? And the whole beanie has this repeat of this beautiful pattern, all right? And I really do love the way it is working up. Again, I am completed with the tree, so now I'm ready to do my decreases for the crown of the beanie. All right, so I changed mine a little bit by my ribbing. So the original pattern did not call for the ribbing at the bottom. So I decided I wanted to do ribbing. So here I did a 2x1 rib here, okay? And then I added this beautiful round of pearls, which I borrowed from Pamela over at Pamela's Crochet and Knit Corner. And I think it does give a beautiful, beautiful highlight to the change and transition from your ribbing to the main part of the beanie. And I also think that it helps with the trees to kind of make it pop. So I love it. And thank you, Pamela, for showing us how you do this. And I absolutely use it in quite a few of the beanies that I make now. All right. So now I'm ready to start doing the decreases. I may do a little bit more here. I have to measure it to see how tall it is, because I do want it to be a certain height before I start doing my decreases. But for the most part, I don't have to do such really directed focus because I've completed the difficult portion of the beanie. So I love it. All right, the Giving Tree. All right, check it out on Ravelry. It was a free pattern. I think she also has a paid pattern, but this one was the free one that was on Ravelry. All right. And so, yes, I love it. I'm going to finish it and I will show it to you guys once I complete it. All right. So before I get into things, I want to make sure that I remind you guys to please check out Aysha over at Aysha's Handmade Items. She is working on trying to get family members, and we are doing what we can to try to help encourage her. And if you haven't subscribed already, what are you waiting for? Please go over and check it out. All right. Thank you so very much. So now, my inspiration. So we've been working towards trying to give support to fellow content creators, and each of us have been watching each other's videos and playlists and whatnot. And I want to say thank you so much to Dana over at Creatively Created Crochet for your wonderful shout outs and your just awesome support. And I met these people through Dana's channel. So that's why I'm trying to make sure that I let you guys know how, we kind of came about. And also Joe over at Joe's Bowling Sports and Talks TV. All right. So they are wonderful, wonderful channels. You need to check them out if you haven't already. If you haven't subscribed, what are you waiting for? They're just wonderful, inside and out people, and I love them dearly. All right, so now the inspiration for today's crafts that I have explored. So Brother Brian over at Gamer Bro does skits, and he does them as motivation and to help us out with maybe some challenging situations as it relates to our faith and just everyday, talks. And so on the Watch It Wednesdays that Dana and Joe do on their channel, we get to see other content creators and what they do and how they are inspiring. And so Brian is one of the content creators that has kind of come along and subscribed to my channel and really does such a wonderful job of supporting. And I am just so forever grateful. So this shout out is to Brian over at Gamer Bro. Now, I am not a gamer, all right? And as you guys know, I like puzzles, but I'm not really into the game. So I mostly am inspired by the skits that Brian does. And Brian has been creative, and he made his own puppets that he uses for his skits that he writes. And I just thought, wow, that is awesome. Well, I was inspired because the work that I do outside of my crafting is working with children in the medical field. So I'm a pediatrician and I work with children. And sometimes the things that we have to do may be distressing to them, all right? And so as a result, we want to do something to relieve their stress. So what we can do is find little cute ways of just giving them something to focus on. Now, the easiest thing that we could do is maybe grab a marker or a pen and take one of the tongue depressors and draw a little happy face on it and have them focus on that. But, you know, I'm a yarn crafter in addition to some other crafts that I enjoy doing. So I had to use my yarn. So I was inspired by Brother Brian over at Gamer Bro to do some finger puppets. So I want to show you guys the finger puppets that I have done as inspired by Brother Brian. All right, so the first thing that I came up with was a little easy to do pattern on the Instructables website. All right. And so Instructables gives you just a basic finger puppet to knit. All right. And so these are very simplistic. And again, they're really just meant to relieve stress, not to have a whole bunch of details. So you guys let me know what you think. Okay. So this is my first finger puppet. All right. I don't have a name for it. I just kind of came up with it. I started out with this beautiful purple yarn and then changed the tan for the skin color and dark brown for the hair color. And I used a duplicate stitch to do the eyes and then just a basic stitch to do the mouth. Now this one was made flat and then I did a seam. So here's my seam, and I kind of don't like the seam here because to me it's very noticeable, even though I was trying to be careful with it. All right. So, you know, that was my first one. I went ahead with it. I didn't frog it. And I think, okay, I'm okay with it for now. Okay. Now, I have no problem using double pointed needles. And so I thought I would go ahead and just try my hand at another one. So the next one that I did, I do like the improvement, and I added on some suggestions that were on the Instructables website for the pattern. And so here is my second one. So I do like the way this one came out. I put a little scarf on there and I changed the body color yarn and I changed the hair color. And then I once again did the duplicate stitch for the eyes and made them a little bit more pronounced, and then did a duplicate stitch for the mouth, and I did it in a different color. So I like the way this one came out also, right? And this one, again, I did this one flat as well. Okay, so this one still has the seam, and this was before I changed my mind. So I do like the two of them. All right, and you can use them again for patients, or you can use them for little skits or something, but they're kind of comfort little finger puppets that you can use to kind of help little ones out. Okay, all right, so these were the first two. All right, so after I did these two, I thought, okay, I kind of see how to do little characters, but I want to do some animals. All right, so the first one I thought about doing was, you know what? I'm not going to tell you what it was. I'm going to show you part of one that I frogged, and then I'll show you one that I'm still working on, and you tell me what you think it is, okay? All right, so this is the first one. I followed a pattern, and this pattern was on the Barocco website here, okay? And so I tried to follow the pattern, but you know, I didn't like the way it came out. So I picked up my stitches and then I frogged it back. Okay. So if you're new to knitting, if you can find your stitches, okay, and find where the stitch goes around the next stitch, and you pick up the right-hand side of the stitch with your needle, and then you continue to pick up every other right-hand side, then you can pick up your stitches, okay? The other way that you can do your stitches is knit stitches actually will stay, the loops will stay if you're careful and you just kind of pull it out. And then you can pick up the stitch from the right going all the way around. So that's just a little tip. And if I think about it, I may try to do a little demo to show you. But as I frogged it back, I left it here. And then I got busy and picked up the needles after I found a different channel in which to do my piece. So this is the piece that I worked on. And I found this one on a channel here on YouTube. And it is by Czechoslovak's channel, okay? And it's a two-part video, but I only needed to see how the decreases were done because that's the part that I didn't like on the one that I had done before. Now this one I did do in the round, and so here it is here. All right, so I did it in the round, so there is no seam, and I really do like the way this one came out. I'm very pleased with the way this one came out. And for the comb here, I actually followed a Barocco pattern for the comb. So they have finger puppets on Barocco, and this is a free set of patterns. And I believe you get there are 3 finger puppets in this particular pattern, okay, on the Barocco website. All right. And so, yes, I'm sure you can figure out what this is going to be, right? I haven't done the eyes and I haven't done the front part, but yeah, so I do like the way this one is turning out, and I'll let you see it, or I'll post a photo of it on the community page when I'm done with it. All right, but cute, right? Really cute. All right, so now one more finger puppet. So I wanted to do something that I really love, and that is owls. And I had to do an owl. Okay, so I looked up online owls. And I found several owls, but I didn't like, as I was working them up, how they were turning out. So I did a combination, all right? So I combined a pattern from Ravelry called Seamus the Owl by Linda Dawkins, and this other one by Halifax Charity Knitters, okay? So I kind of combined the 2 patterns together to come up with my beautiful owl. And I love the way it turned out, right? And I used a 1x1 rib at the bottom, and then I started the stitch pattern here and carried it all the way around to the back. All right, this is done in the round, and then continue to go up. And again, this is very similar to the Seamus the Owl. As I kind of went up, it's not the same stitch count or anything, but it is very similar to it. So I'm definitely giving credit to the designer. And then for the eyes, I decided to do crocheted eyes. And then for the beak here, I just went ahead and just did maybe a little bit of embroidery with my yarn. And I love the way my owl came out. All right, so just adorable. You guys tell me what you think. So again, we can inspire and we can be inspired by so many of our fellow crafters and from so many things. So here you go. All right, thank you, Brother Brian. All right, so next, I was inspired by Kia. over at Mama McCrazies Nem. This is a wonderful channel that you guys also really need to check out. Just a wonderful family, very supportive, very encouraging, and very strong. They take on life's challenges and embrace them and just do what needs to be done. Family of faith and just love living life. And I just so admire and love that about them. All right. So their channel, their main channel, Mama McCrazies Nem, is they do vlogging, they do hauls, they do challenges, and they do reviews, just wonderful things. And you just get to kind of just relax and sit back and just enjoy. All right. So please check them out and check out Brother Brian as well. Check out Dana, check out Brother Joe. Please check them out. So now, how was I inspired by Mama McCrazies Nem? Well, they do reviews. And so I thought about it. How can I do my crafting, celebrate National Craft Month, as well as celebrate Kia and her family? Well, I decided to play around with some paper. All right. So recently they did a really nice review, and their review had to do with something that is in here. What does this look like to you? Does it look like a bag? I hope it does. It's an origami bag. And guess what's inside it, guys? I also made an origami kind of bowl. And I'm going to put what's in the bag in the bowl. Would you like to see? Okay, here we go. What does that look like, guys? These are chips. Yes, indeed. I made a bag of chips with origami. Can you believe it? Oh my gosh. Aren't these just adorable? And it really didn't take long for me to do at all. Now, this is a pattern for the origami bag and chips by Jenny W. Chan at the Origami Tree here on YouTube. And just adorable, right? Okay, so this is in honor of Kia and her family over at Mama McCrazies Nem, and I hope that you guys like it. All right, so I didn't stop there with the chips, all right, because they do lots of challenges. So in addition to that, I'm going to put my chips back in my bag here. Okay, so I got them back in the bag. All right, so in addition to that, I went ahead and did a different one. All right, and this one is a different channel, and I'm looking to see if I have it on here, and I don't. So I'm going to have to put it across the I'm going to have to put it across. Okay, so the bowl is by Paper Kawaii. Okay, and this is adorable, guys. Just wait till you see it. All right. What does that look like to you? I hope it looks like popcorn because I made origami popcorn. Let's take a look. Bowl of popcorn, anyone? Or you could just eat it straight out of here, right? All right. So yes, I made origami popcorn in a bowl. And this is for you guys, okay? So I hope you guys enjoyed it. I did have a lot of fun playing around with the paper. Origami is actually a really fun and relaxing thing as well. I followed it step by step, and I have shown you guys previously some origami, but this was just an awesome thing to be able to make some origami food. And I just really had a lot of fun. So thank you so much, Kia, and your family for the inspiration to kind of try out the origami. All right, so I need to drink a little bit of my tea, so hold on for a moment. So the tea that I'm having tonight is a lemon and ginger tea. It's an herbal tea, so no caffeine. It's kind of late, so I didn't want anything that was caffeinated so that I can get some adequate rest. But yes, lemon and ginger tea. All right, guys. So I really had a ball, and I hope that you guys enjoyed this kind of exploration of crafting as inspired by the month and fellow content creators. If you guys have not checked out the channels that I mentioned today, please check them out. They are just wonderful and very supportive. And I think you may enjoy them and being able to share ideas and things like that. Okay. All right. So that's all I have for today. I look forward to seeing you guys again very soon with another exploration of crafts as we are celebrating National Craft Month. So, to each and every one of you guys, do everything you can to be mindful, do everything you can to be at your best health, and by all means, guys, be crafty every day. I look forward to seeing you again soon in my next video or one of yours. Take care now. Bye bye.